Hello, I am Kevin Lagrange, and for my media analysis presentation, I will be analyzing an Australian advertisement from April 2025 promoting the Apple Watch's emergency SOS feature. Apple's advertisement is extremely effective because it makes full use of all three rhetorical appeals and cleverly demonstrates the product's life-saving ability through imagery and sound design. While we watch the short advertisement, I want you to pay close attention to Apple's visual and musical choices, as well as an emotional appeal given by the actor's speech and body language.
Police emergency, Chris speaking.
Yeah, hi. I'm in Vegas. I'll see you. I was point surfing, but I've been sucked right up to see you in Byron Bay. And the swimming's so big. I'm surfing up. I'm swimming up to 5.
Okay, what beach are you off?
I'm so far out. I can't see the beach. I'm calling for my Apple Watch here.
Okay, I've got police notified. I'm getting you help, okay? Stay on the phone.
Now that we've seen the video, let's talk about how Apple attempts to convince the audience to buy their product. But before we get started, it's important to note that the target audience is anyone who can afford the product. While the ad is more so geared towards swimmers that may care about water-resistant technology, the emergency SOS feature can be applied to any dangerous situation where phones aren't accessible. Having such a large target audience allows Apple to focus completely on a general emotional appeal rather than a more precise area of life. Moving into the rhetorical appeals, Apple makes a small logos appeal when they give information about the watch's water resistance. The advertisement does this with text at the bottom of the screen in order to provide useful data while not taking too much attention away from the visuals. Here we can see they say that the Apple Watch is resistant up to so-and-so meters based on what Apple Watch you have. Additionally, a claim can be made for the idea that the true aspect of the story, the true story aspect, is also a logos appeal because it gives the audience a real data point to look at. I will also talk about how this could be seen as ethos in the next slide. Ethos is evidently present in Apple in this ad as it's a well-known and reputable brand. Anyone who comes into contact with technology knows of their products, and a majority of people already owns something created by Apple, whether it's a phone, a MacBook, or even an Apple Watch. Apple's global presence creates a foundation of credibility for viewers and is in part responsible for the ad's effectiveness. Another major ethos appeal, as I was saying before, is the true story aspect of the ad. When viewers know that a real person was actually saved by the emergency SOS feature, it gives an even greater incentive to trust the product, and not only the product, but also Apple as a company, as they have saved someone before. Finally, pathos is the most effective appeal in the ad, and it's present in a two-step process. The video starts by attempting to evoke sadness and distraught. Watching a near-death experience is bound to make viewers emotional. To enhance such emotions, Apple uses a drastic visual of enormous waves crashing and the man's body being thrown around as he struggles to stay afloat. His expressions convey fear through his wide eyes, frantic movements, and raised eyebrows. Moreover, the camera is jittery and fast-paced, which creates a sense of urgency and frenzy. Additionally, Apple incorporates simple font subtitles directly in the middle of the screen to create contrast between what is being said over the phone and the chaotic background. Not only does this contribute to an idea that Apple Watch's communication is clear and effective, but it also focuses attention on big words like "I'm tired" and "I'm cramping up," which further promote a drastic situation. All these visuals are expertly paired with loud sounds of crashing waves and underwater bubbles and turbulence. Every now and then, the ocean sounds will momentarily cut out, so viewers can hear loud gasps for air, which intensify the man's life or death struggle. It is only now, after adding so much tension and despair, that Apple finally introduces their product. The camera cuts to a watch emerging almost beautifully out of the water in pristine condition. As the watch makes an appearance, the words "I'm calling from my Apple Watch" are said. In this moment, a hopeful music forms in the background. The ocean becomes less turbulent. The phone operator says, "I'm gonna get you help." The camera cuts to an underwater view of the man floating calmly and rays of sunshine going through the surface. Furthermore, the man's facial expressions become even more relieved. Essentially, Apple resolves all of the problems that they previously created in the first half of the ad. The warmness of the sun, the calm waters, and the man's relaxation now evoke a sense of peace and hopefulness rather than sadness. As the video ends, a helicopter descends from the sky like a saving grace. Now viewers themselves are relieved and happy to see him survive. This is what makes the ad so effective. It's this positive association between Apple Watch and safety and happiness. Viewers will now recollect and think back on the advertisement and subconsciously correlate the Apple Watch with something that changed such a deadly scenario to a heartwarming story. Thank you.